Greetings, all you maniacs and minds on the grinds. Welcome back to another Warframe Weapon Showcase. I'm back fully. And before we get into the weapon that I'm going to be showcasing, which is this hammer saw, which is absolutely fantastic and devastating, I tried to launch Fallout 3. I bought it, the Game of Year edition. I tried everything under the sun and everything that's not under the sun to get it to work. And it doesn't want to work. So rip a Fallout 3 playthrough. Whatever. It's almost as if the game is so old and so janky that it doesn't want to work. But then Dead Space 1 still works. Oblivion still works. Morrowind still works. I hate it. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about this hammer saw, me mallet. I had a hammer saw way in the past that had the exact same name, but since melee changes, well, this thing is ridiculous now. So it's this simple Shattering Storm because I prefer it over Crushing Ruin. Shattering Storm just does more damage in my mind. Crushing Ruin isn't... It's okay, but I don't know. I just prefer Shattering Storm. Condition Overload because it's stronger than Prime Pressure Point. And, typical melee build for me. This is every single melee build. Now, I have Exodia Hunt on here for some added fun. And we're going to jump straight into the Steel Path. I'm not even going to bother showing the combos. I'm not even going to bother showing the Simulacrum because it's going to kill everything in the Simulacrum super quickly. Of course, I'm going to be bringing Ninja Prime with this build. Nothing centered around melee here. I'm not even going to really use Thermal Sunder. I could, but probably not going to. And my Panzerwelpaphyla, which will be spreading viral around. So that's even more damage for Condition Overload and all of that stuff. Let's go into the Steel Path. Of course, we are going to be going on to Sedna and on to Selkie. This is usually where I go for testing stuff. And if it can kill enemies here, it can kill basically every enemy anywhere. Now, the one thing that this hammer does sometimes struggle with, and only at low combo, is high-level demolists in, disruption. But honestly, that doesn't matter because I've been using the Vectis Prime a lot, so that obviously just destroys demolists and everything else in the game because the Vectis Prime doesn't give a fuck. So, also, no Nariman. So, this is why I have Exodia Hunt. Oh yeah. I can literally just stand here and give enemies a world of hurt by just pulling them in. And in fact, the block combo, forward block combo is the same thing. The block standstill combo does the exact same thing too. So 3 out of the 4 combos with Shattering Storm works very, very well with Exodia Hunt. And you see, this is an impact-based hammer, right? Why is it doing so much damage? Because melee is broken. And the status chance obviously is way over 100%. I want to say it's around 150%, 170-ish%, something like that. Maybe. But it's going to be hitting really hard. So, I'm even going to kill the Acolyte. I can't even really see myself. Also, when you pull enemies towards you, they are actually open for finishers. Keep that in mind. So, if you're actually able to isolate like a really heavy unit, like a Nox or something, you can do a big damage to them. And yeah, obviously, this combo, Zaku players, you might be thinking, oh, Jesus Christ, I'm going to be able to pull enemies in and they'll have no armor in that bubble. Yep. So, Zaw hammers are insane. Also, I am proccing Blast on enemies. I don't know if that's contributing to Condition Overload. It might be. I don't know. Simply because I know Blast will, because it's an element. But proccing it through a stance, I'm not entirely sure. But at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. I am obliterating these guys. This thing has a critical chance of 14%, so I am seeing orange crits every now and then. Also, this hammer is built for speed and not raw damage. So if you have a hammer that's built for raw damage and you use it with Valkyr, it's going to obviously do more damage than this one. But I like a faster hammer. So my only issue with hammers is they tend to be very slow. I'm looking at you, Fragor Prime. I don't know why that thing has to be slow as molasses, but it is. Same thing with the Gram Prime. I don't care how hard it hits, it's too damn slow. Anyway, this is... yeah, this is just ridiculous. And they can't do anything to me because Neja is immortal. Additional life support has arrived. And before someone says, well, this isn't going to work against like level 9,999. You know, okay. These guys are level, what is it, like 130 something? Yeah, like 130 something. Yeah, 131. That guy is. Okay, so this is 3 minutes in. Going by scaling, that is about 5.5 to 6 hours in a survival mission to see max level. Unless I am missing something and it's actually faster than that, but still, that is ridiculous to say that, you know, if a weapon doesn't kill max level enemies, the max level of the game will actually spawn. I think it's something to do with intruders or something. Because technically there shouldn't be a limit, but there is. Well, then it's irrelevant because no one's going to do that. There's very few people that could do that. Relentless Zen might. Gaz TV might. But who else? Like, come on. Seriously. But yeah, this is absolutely just wrecking these dudes. So I have another hammer that is critical based, and it's nowhere near as strong as this one. Yes, it has red crits, and it's pretty. But that's all it does. It just looks pretty and doesn't actually kill the enemy super quickly. Oh, Malice. I can't remember if you're an annoying one or not. I'm not actually hitting him too often. I'm just mostly just staying in one spot and just spamming E. Proc them with heat, because why not? Wait, was that heat or cold? I don't remember. Just tapping it. I think it's cold. Yeah, that took a while, only because I wasn't focusing on them. If I was focusing on them, also, look at the health of my, warding Halo. That's ridiculous. So I've shown everything that needs to be shown with this hammer. So obviously you can use Crushing Ruin if you prefer that, but me personally, I like Shattering Storm more. And you know, there's also Warframe buffs to keep in mind, like speed or attack. If you're using this thing with, like, I don't know, Chroma, Chroma that's actually able to survive this. Yeah, it's going to destroy everything because Chroma is Chroma. If you're using it with Mirage, of course, everything's going to die. But Mirage is squishy. I still don't know why she doesn't have damage reduction with damage. I know that sounds insane, but just nerf her damage output. I don't see how that's a problem. Anyway. So, that's this hammer. That's me mallet. It is made of these parts. This is focusing on speed and my Kirk Hammer Prime. Points if you know where the Kirk Hammer is from. It's made with these, and it's not as powerful. I mean, it's almost as fast, but the thing is, the critical chance, you'd think it's mega strong. It isn't. It's just how melee has changed. Crits are still powerful, don't get me wrong. But when it comes down to it, just having more raw damage to throw at enemies and more status to throw at the enemies does better. Also, yes, you could use the Kuva Nucor with this, and yes, it's going to be very powerful because Condition Overload is broken beyond broken. So there is that. But, you know, it's a hammer. It's not a sophisticated thing. It's a big, heavy thing that pulls enemies in and pulverizes them. It's quite fun. It's a very good hammer. Do I think this is better than the Kuva Sheleg or Sheleg? It might be. I'm not too certain on that, though. It really just depends on preference. I haven't tested this hammer and the Kuva Sheleg together, side-by-side comparison. My money is probably on this, and if you have a Riven for this weapon, for the Rab V hammer, Zaw, then of course it's going to be much stronger. Fun hammer. Exodia Hunt is a lot of fun. I also find it a lot of fun with my Heavy Blade Zaw, my Scythe Zaw, which I'll show in another video. Exodia Hunt's just a good time. It's just a good time. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, in Trilby, we trust.